Good versus meaningful is today's topic on hashtag relationships. We're going to talk about good versus meaningful. Have we become a society of pleasure seekers? We want to have a good time with someone who looks good, and we want to go and have dinner, and that should taste good, and everything should lead to a good time. But my question is not, did you have a good time? My question is, did you have a meaningful time or a meaningful moment within the time that you've spent with that individual that's occupying space with you? Is it meaningful? It doesn't matter how good something is if it is not meaningful. But if it is meaningful, no matter how good it is, the good part gets multiplied. It gets amplified when something is meaningful. Someone said it's the little things that mean a lot, but it's not so much the little things that mean a lot or the big things that mean a lot. If the relationship is intact, if the relationship is healthy, then those little things will mean a lot. But if you don't have a healthy relationship or connection to another individual, it doesn't matter what you do, big or small, it's going to lack meaning. If you take an ungrateful child, we already know that no matter what you try to do with that child, there will be no show of appreciation for your offerings to surround that child with any amount of love or gifts or support. All right, so it's not about the little thing that means a lot. It's about the relationship itself. How much does it mean? Now, I want to say concerning good versus meaningful that nothing that is real, nothing that is truly meaningful, it's not going to be 100% good or 100% fun and 100% pleasurable. That's just not how life works. Very few people will say with any amount of honesty that they really enjoy paying bills or they really get a lot of pleasure out of going to work every day. That's not a very accurate or honest statement. But we go to work and we pay our bills and things of this nature. Why? Because there's a tremendous purpose for doing so. It enhances our quality of life, and that's why we do it. All right? Whether we enjoy it or not is not even the point. No honest parent, speaking of ungrateful children, nothing against children, but no parent who's going to be honest with you will say how much pleasure they experienced raising their children. That's not the point of parenting, and that's not the result. Now, certainly there were moments and times where the parent is proud of the child and experienced moments of fun and pleasure, and there were highlights. There are highlights, granted. But for the most part, the majority of parenting is not fun. It's not pleasurable because of the extreme intense emotional investment that the parent has for that child's development. It is very difficult to even suggest that it's fun and pleasurable. It's mostly work and responsibility. But there's a purpose, and it holds a lot of meaning, and that's why we do it. And that's how we should evaluate it as well. But parenting is probably the most thankless job on the planet, but it holds a lot of meaning and ultimately fulfillment somewhere down the road. We are tied to that purpose and to that goal to the extent to where our degree of happiness or fulfillment as parents is often invested in how well the child is actually doing. That's what I mean by something that is truly meaningful will not be 100% good or 100% pleasurable and fun. But for those of you who are pleasure seekers, and that's how you evaluate your lives and your relationships. Did you have a good time? Did you have fun? Is he fun? You spend the night and you do things during the night that adults do when they spend the night with one another. And the question is, was it good? Well, I'm not going to ask you if the sex was good. I'm going to ask you, was it meaningful? People are talking about how dissatisfied women are in the bedroom these days. And you're voicing that because you want it to be good. But let me share something with you. If your relationship with the individual is not meaningful, doesn't matter how good the sex is, it's going to always leave you empty and unfulfilled. Now, pain avoidance is the other issue with human beings. We're afraid to invest emotionally because we are afraid of having our feelings hurt. So we don't want to get too close. And if we don't want to get too close, then how then could anything or anybody mean anything to you? So I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to stop looking at people. Stop looking for people. Stop searching for places to go and things to do. I want you to instead focus your energy and your search on purpose, on a purpose, your purpose. I want you to start to concentrate on your purpose and the purpose in others. And I also want you to try to seek to understand the purpose for you coming together with another individual. What is the purpose? So much of what people are doing these days really is pointless. What is the point in all of it? If you were to ask that question about, let's take a look at some of the places that you frequent, some of the people that occupy your time, your thoughts, and your conversations. Can you determine and sift and sort how much of that is pointless? The conversations that you have, where your interests are, how much of it is really pointless and it actually has no purpose and no meaning? We live in a society where sex and fun and foolishness really is the order of the day. And there was a time when sex was in the background of relationships. Fun was a result, not a goal. It was a result of hard work. It was a result of commitment. It was a result of taking care of responsibilities and business. And then you could have a little fun on the side. It was in the background, but now it has made it to the forefront. It's almost how we evaluate whether or not we even want to participate in something. Is it going to be good and fun? So I want you guys to put that into context. Good versus meaningful. I want you to seek the discovery of purpose. And if you take this approach, it will inspire meaningfulness. And an abundance of meaningfulness will yield a lifetime of limitless pleasure. It was Stephanie Mills who said it best. She said, something so meaningful, if you want to know how I feel good all over. Guys, I'm only here to help because I want for you what I want for myself. I want you guys to be happy. I want you to have a good time. I want you to be healthy. I want you to live a life of longevity and one of fulfillment. But above all these things combined, I wish upon you many, many blessings. I am looking forward to your response. And as always, in parting, my name is Jay Jackson.